Welcome back to our channel, where we bring you the latest updates and insights into the world of finance and investing. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most iconic and influential companies in the automotive industry, General Motors. So, let's dive right in. To begin, let's take a look at some key metrics that can give us a better understanding of General Motors' current position in the market. First up, we have the current stock price. As of now, GM stock is trading at $39.42. This is the price you would pay to buy one share of GM, similar to a price tag on a product in a store. Now, let's explore the historical stock price. Over the past year, the highest price paid for a share of GM was $43.17, making it the 52-week high. Currently, the stock is trading at about 8.69% below that high. This could suggest that the stock is relatively cheap, but it could also indicate that the market values the company less than it did in the past. Moving on to the price to earnings, PE, ratio, which can provide insights into how the market values the company's earnings. GM's trailing PE ratio is 5.9, and its forward PE ratio is 6.29. A lower PE ratio could mean that the stock is undervalued, or it could suggest that investors expect the company's earnings to decrease in the future. Now, let's talk about the dividend yield. GM's dividend yield is 0.94%. This is like an interest rate on your investment. If you own GM shares, you can expect to receive about 0.94% of your investment back each year in the form of dividends, which are payments that companies make to their shareholders out of their profits. Another important metric is earnings per share, EPS, which indicates the company's profitability. GM's earnings per share is $6.60, and the forward estimate is $6.51. A higher EPS suggests that the company is more profitable, and investors may be willing to pay more for a share of the company's stock. Now, let's take a look at the revenue and profit trends for General Motors. In the last 12 months, GM generated approximately $160.74 billion in revenue, with a gross profit of $21.15 billion. Revenue represents the total amount of money the company brings in from its business activities, while gross profit is what remains after subtracting the costs of those activities. Furthermore, GM's quarterly revenue growth, YI, is 11.1%, and its quarterly earnings growth, YI, is 25.2%. These numbers suggest that the company is experiencing growth and becoming more profitable. Now, let's discuss General Motors' market capitalization. Currently, GM's market capitalization stands at approximately $54.16 billion. This represents the total market value of all GM shares combined, essentially the price tag for the entire company. Generally, a larger market capitalization indicates a larger and more established company. Moving on, let's compare GM to its industry peers. GM operates in the auto manufacturers industry within the consumer cyclical sector. It has a sector beta of 3.15, indicating that investing in GM stock may carry more risk compared to the average stock in the consumer cyclical sector. This means that GM stock price tends to move more dramatically than the average stock in its sector. Now, let's take a glimpse into the future projections for GM. According to analysts, the average price target for GM is $47.19, suggesting that analysts expect the stock to increase in value. Additionally, the average analyst rating is 3.92 out of 5, indicating a generally positive view of the company's future prospects. Moving on to management and leadership, the quality of a company's leadership can significantly impact its success. GM was founded in 1908 and is headquartered in Detroit, Michigan. With approximately 167,000 employees, the company has a rich history in the automotive industry. The innovative and visionary leadership at General Motors plays a crucial role in shaping the company's future. Now, let's take a look at some recent news and events surrounding General Motors. GM's concerns about emission regulations. GM expressed concerns about potential compliance issues with new vehicle emissions rules proposed by the Environmental Protection Agency. This news is significant because it could mean that GM will have to invest more resources into meeting these new regulations, which could impact their profitability. On the other hand, it also highlights GM's commitment to environmental responsibility, which could enhance its reputation among consumers and investors who value sustainability. This could also have broader implications for the auto industry, potentially leading to a shift towards more environmentally friendly vehicles. GM's Q2 sales rise. GM reported an 18.8% increase in sales during the second quarter compared to the same period last year. This is a positive sign that suggests the company is performing well and that demand for its products is strong. This could lead to increased investor confidence in GM, potentially driving up its stock price. The rise in sales could also indicate a recovery in the auto industry following the economic disruption caused by the COVID-19 pandemic. GM's acquisition of Israeli software startup. GM announced the acquisition of Algalian Limited, an Israeli software startup that specializes in detecting battery issues. This acquisition could enhance GM's capabilities in electric vehicle, EV, technology, which is a rapidly growing sector in the auto industry. This could position GM to better compete with other auto manufacturers in the EV market, potentially leading to increased market share and profitability. The acquisition also reflects a broader trend towards electrification in the auto industry, driven by concerns about climate change and sustainability. GM's EV truck customers to wait for Tesla-compatible charging ports. GM stated that they do not plan to have Tesla-compatible charging stations on their new Chevrolet Silverado EV trucks until at least 2025. This could be seen as a disadvantage for GM, as the lack of Tesla-compatible charging ports could make GM's EV trucks less attractive to consumers who value the convenience of Tesla's extensive charging network. This could impact GM's competitiveness in the EV market. U.S. Appeals Court grants review. Uncertain outcome for GM fender design victory. A U.S. appeals court agreed to review a previous decision that upheld GM's design patent for a car fender. This could potentially threaten GM's earlier victory in a case that has implications for the automotive and insurance sectors. If the court overturns the previous decision, it could impact GM's ability to protect its unique designs, potentially affecting its competitive advantage and profitability. Each of these news items could have an impact on GM's stock price, either positively or negatively, depending on how investors interpret the news and its implications for GM's future prospects. It's important for investors to keep an eye on news about the companies they invest in, as it can provide valuable insights into potential risks and opportunities. That's all for today's video on General Motors. We hope you found this information insightful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And as always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more finance-related content. Thank you for watching.